the world doesn't seem safe at all. And of course, with the waves ever increasing, and now two people that Naofumi put trust into, his newfound friends, turning against him, doesn't seem as though what they were actually wanting was peace and harmony. There's a lot more going on here. But let's not forget that this is actually the last episode of Shield Hero. So I don't believe we're going to get a resolution for everything. Just with the immediate danger to the world, sum that up nicely and I'd be somewhat happy. Of course, considering this story is meant to be about the four heroes and their journeys to save the world itself, there's only one of them really seems to do anything. I really don't think that's going to change in one episode. But let's see. They're still in the middle of the wave. Big monster's taken down. But the other heroes seem to be having a nap. Even with all of the Queen's magic and her information sources, she actively record from the shield. Yep, okay. Also, Naofumi now having Meteor Shield, along with the other heroes, their Meteor shit. If you can interrupt her casting, rather than, trapping your enemies inside it, using it once again to protect himself. Yeah, he doesn't look fine. He's being worn down. This isn't any time to kind of let your guard down. The blood sacrifice shield, I'm guessing. Well, it could be the curse one as well, but and now we have split off into two separate battles, two skirmishes going on simultaneously. They can kind of handle themselves. Vassal wielder? Fan hero. So he's the, shield, scythe hero, and Teresa is bangle hero? And this is all being fought on top of the carcass of a massive beast. Do you have time to be looking away, though? That's the usual sentence that gets said. There's a few shields that he has, which is that just sends shit out of it to start biting, doesn't it? Like the poison shield, the dog shield. There's at least like one more. So what, they are intrinsically linked for some reason? Oh no. I don't believe that's going to, stop her. Was that wheel in the background painted wrong? So this is one world kind of pitted against the other. The only way one can flourish is for the other to fall. It doesn't take much to really waver his resolve in protecting everything. He is just a bystander here, but there are some people here who he has a bond with. And subject everyone else in this world to a horrible fate. It's not really a decision for him to make. And she has joined the fray. She has definitely now stepped up a lot from when, she couldn't even kill a rabbit. I was thinking, hang on, is you using the curse shield with the solar shield as a basis? I'm assuming you're thinking of the barrels rather than the girl. 3 minutes to go. You're now sure in his view that is the case, but I don't know if I've asked it before, but once everything has finished, the waves are over, the world is saved, is it a forcible removal from this world? Or can he request to stay? You stopped him mid-word by just calling out his name. I'm not sure that would have usually. I've just and it's fast acting, yes. And his entire barrels that have just drenched the area. The fumes themselves can probably knock out an elephant. Is this a win? Or just a mutual defeat? I guess the wave itself is stopped on this side. And is there 4 of the heroes on their side like there is here? Some more effective than others. Who would have thought that she would be instrumental in the stoppage of that wave? I see you're now going to enjoy yourself for a bit. Return. About branching out. And how many are in the buckets? From what you were originally provided with just this world, you now have all the others that he needs to think about. Don't run with the fish, he's going to trip over and spill them all. Is that what she meant back then? Or is this just a very coincidental circumstance? We're expanding the party. Any more people saved from the bottom? More slaves, or did she not sober up yet? Oh, she was actually trying to not swim properly. Okay. After everything that's happened so far, and still people just take things on base accusations. Itsuki and pretty much everyone is not going to be happy if she's now joining the party and gets a massive power boost because of it. Plus, when they're actually thanked and rewarded for doing a job well done, just hopefully she can cut down on the squealing. They need as much help as possible. It's been 14 minutes since she's last eaten. Actually being universally greeted and thanked by people. Not even trying to be diplomatic about it, just, yeah, they're bad. Free passage to do what he wants, rather than being tied down again. And the fact that it did a close-up on Raftalia there. I'm trying to think what that reward would be. What weapon does she actually use? He's still allowed into the shop despite going around with his sticky fingers on all of the shields. Well, the surprise will be ruined, won't it? And how long is the ride out to this reward? Just out to the sea again. Ah. The village. He's keeping his word. Making things habitable again. All things in good due time. Apparently that time is now. So he's become like a lord of this land. He's now the protector of this village. Rebuilding it from the ground up kind of thing. And her hometown. Kind of out of their way to come and try and poison him now. That wasn't the end to the surprises. Even though she left that kind of part of it behind and has picked up the sword. Martial art grandma. With her in charge of, like, defense, training the guards, I think we're okay. Of course, they followed the shield hero since humble beginnings and people who he actually saved, bringing them together. even after losing everything, they have the conviction and strength to start again. That was strangely animated. I mean, it's good to put all of this in place even if he doesn't leave, but the fact that she's now completely opening up like this. He doesn't... During the fight, it seemed as though he didn't have, much of a connection with this world. Apart from the years that he spent growing up, did he have much of a connection on Earth? Did that little bit give him a realization of what he truly desires? And there's also so much more in this world that we haven't even began to pry at. What's with this kind of pseudo POV shots? Yeah, it looks like it will be ending off with the rising of the flag. One promise he made quite a while ago. Is that putting an end to the one chapter of this book? Kind of a boring picture book. There's too many of the same ones. And with hopefully a renewed purpose and vigour. No more wavering about whether or not he wants to protect anything. Huh. He took that rather in his stride. You're going to have to do better than the orange balloons for that. Please just slap her down. It only took pretty much everything, but yeah, where did behoove come from? It's not really a word that is used all too much in casual conversation. Really, you see the king potentially start scheming again, and that's all you do to reprimand him? Is he talking to the shadow there? Naofumi being, the guy that we would know him as, he's going to sincerely try to stop the waves, not cause undue harm to Lark, Teresa, and even Glass, because they're fighting for their own reasons. It's kind of like if you see quite a few of the conflicts throughout history. Each side is technically fighting for their homeland, their homes, their families, their friends. So you can't hate the individual. And with that, he's probably going to try and talk to them, find a way of a conflict resolution, making sure both worlds seem to try and live in equilibrium, help each other out. No one needs to die, despite what the filial queen said. And there's still a case of what the hell the shield hero did in the past that still hasn't really been touched on. Would be a useful bit of information as to why there was so much hatred. Seems kind of dumb though to pin everything that a predecessor done onto you, but that was enjoyable. Kinda in a trapping your balls in a vice kind of way. And with the inclusion of a new party member, one who has had a hand reached out to her, starting a new life as well. But also now that they have a previous hero party member part of their team now, should any of the other adventurers see, hang on, she's just had a massive growth spurt in power, maybe we can get a piece of that. And so the shield hero just has a flock of people come to him. And yes, success! We can sit back, relax, enjoy some fishing. But there will probably be more waves. Those three are not going to take this lying down, so being complacent might not be the best. We'll have to wait to see, maybe in a future season. If you liked it, let me know. Leave a like a comment down below, possibly even subscribe to the channel. Let me know that you care and won't kick me overboard to float along on a barrel. Get some rest though, so I can see you in the next one. If you want to help me and my channel protect the world, or destroy it, consider joining onto my Patreon, because together we can watch a lot more anime. And obviously each one of you has really helped me out in ways that I'm not entirely sure you know, and the levels of generosity is staggering. So I really need to thank Sal, Electricant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Shiwan, Mecha, Jennifer Rojas, Dinsfire, Big Boy, Mats, Razes Paulson, Girly, Dark Shadow 7899, Kite, Saltitron, Maurizio Lozano, and everyone else. Because you really make all of this possible. And maybe one day we can build something, well, maybe not as good as a village, but we'll have to see.